it's the rhyme of Mary Had a Little Lamb. We were talking about that last time. Maybe we should read that. Do you think so? Oh, yes, let's read it. Would you like to read the first verse? I don't know how to read. Oh, okay, I'll read it. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school one day, which was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play to see the lamb at school. I want to go to school. I think that would be fun. But you can't, little lamb. Why not? Well, because school is for children and you're an animal. I am? You are. So why do children go to school? Well, they go to learn new things and get an education. I want to get an education. But you're a lamb, so all you really need to know is where to find green grass to eat and water to drink. But what if I wanted to know more than that? What if I wanted to learn to read and write and get educated like the children can? Little lamb, I am so sorry, but you cannot go to school. Do you know what happens? Did you listen to what happens when a lamb goes to school? It makes the children laugh and play. But I won't make the children laugh and play. I'll just sit at my desk and I'll be quiet and I'll raise my hand when I want to talk and I'll follow all the rules. No, little lamb, I'm sorry, but you cannot go to school. Why not? Because I said so, and that's that. That's what my mother always used to say. Oh, my mother always says, go ask your father. Okay, that sounds good. So why don't you go ask your father? See what he says about the situation. Okay, I'll go ask. I'll be right back. Oh, phew. Well, thank goodness that conversation is over. He just didn't seem to understand that animals don't go to school. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Grandma Kitty's house, and I'm Grandma Kitty, of course. I don't know how much of that conversation you heard, but that poor little lamb, he just wants to go to school, and he can't. I mean, I don't know how to tell him. He can't go. He's an animal, and animals don't go to school. School is for children. So speaking of school, it'll be starting again soon. What do you think about that? Well, on one hand, it makes me sad because that means summer's over, and you know how much I like summer. I just love the summer and I hate to see it end. But on the other hand, when you go back to school, you get to see your friends. Maybe you haven't seen your friends all summer and you get to see your friends, or you get to make new friends and you get to learn lots of new things. I have a story here somewhere about school. Oh, here it is. Here, let me read this to you. This is called Pooh's First Day of School, and is by Kathleen Zofeld, illustrated by Robin Cuddy. So let's read this together. School is starting, cried Tigger. Come on, don't be late. School? Asked Winnie the Pooh. What are you talking about? Christopher Robin has a new backpack and lunchbox, and he's getting ready for school. We better get ready too. Oh, Tigger, said Pooh, school is for children, not for fluff and stuffing like us. What do you mean, not for us? Asked Tigger. Tiggers love to go to school. Piglets don't love school, said Piglet thoughtfully. At least I don't think we do. You're right, Piglet, said Eeyore. This schooling business, pencils and whatnot, it's overrated if you ask me. I think it sounds great, cried little Roo. Can I go too? Come along, Roo, said Pooh. We'll all go to see Christopher Robin. Maybe he can tell us more about it. Tigger was the first to bound through Christopher Robin's door. Okay, where's the school? He asked. It's about a mile away, said Christopher Robin. The school bus will come tomorrow morning to take me there. A mile? Said Piglet, pulling his ear. It's not here in the 100-acre wood? Asked Tigger. If you have to go that far from home, I'm sure school is not a good thing for piglets, said Piglet. We don't have the brains for it anyway, said Pooh. You'd all like school, said Christopher Robin. I'm sure you would. Wait here a minute. I'll make a classroom just for us. Imagine our very own school, said Pooh. I wonder what we're up to. Can we bounce in school? Asked Roo. Of course you can, little buddy, said Tigger. School's the bounciest place there is. There's no bouncing in school, said Eeyore decisively. Eeyore, he's just kind of a glum guy, isn't he? None? Asked Tigger.
School is work, no time for fun, said Eeyore.
Not even a little? Asked Tigger.
His shoulders drooped. Eeyore shook his head knowingly. Oh, said Tigger in a very small voice for a Tigger. Maybe Tiggers don't like school after all. He and Piglet were about to tiptoe away when Christopher Robin called out, "Time for school to begin." "Oh, dear," said Piglet. Christopher Robin set up a table and around it put chairs just the right size for Pooh's and Piglet's. "We always sing a song first," said Christopher Robin as they gathered around. "Good morning to Tigger, good morning to Roo. Welcome all children, good morning to you." Now everyone join in. "This is fun, Piglet, don't you think?" whispered Pooh. "Shh," said Piglet. "Good morning," they all sang. "If it is a good morning," said Eeyore, "which I doubt." He's just not a very happy camper, is he? "Well, the first morning of school can be hard," said Christopher Robin, "but I've met my new teacher, and I know she's really nice, and I know 2 friends who will be in my class." "It is friendly to spend your days with friends," said Piglet. "And we learn things in school, too," said Christopher Robin. "That may be okay for you," said Pooh, "but we're nothing but stuffing. Do you really think a little schooling will improve us?" "Sure," said Christopher Robin. "You can learn to write your ABCs. It's fun." Christopher Robin handed out paper and crayons. "Let's all draw pictures of ourselves." "What does that have to do with ABCs?" asked Tigger. "The best letters of the alphabet are the letters in our own name," said Christopher Robin. "When our pictures are finished, we can write our names on them." Pooh chewed the end of his purple crayon. "P-O-O-H," he printed slowly. "Very nice," cried Christopher Robin. "P-T," tried Piglet, whose name was really quite complicated. Eeyore, who only knew the letter A, wrote A under his picture. "Don't know when I've had so much fun," he said proudly. Roo made some quotation marks. Tigger made a squiggle. Everyone did a fine job. "Counting is easy, too," said Christopher Robin. "Pooh, let's see how high you can stack these blocks." 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Pooh counted. It was turning into a lovely tower, but when Tiggers see towers, they think towers are for bouncing. And crash! Down went the blocks. "Oh," sighed Pooh. "Tigger," said Christopher Robin sternly. "Sorry," said Tigger. "All these ABCs and 1, 2, 3s are fine, but what about fun? What good is a place if you can't even bounce in it?" "It's true, you can't bounce when your teacher is talking," said Christopher Robin, "but my school has a playground, and we get to go outside and play nearly every day." "A real playground?" asked Roo. "Yes," said Christopher Robin, "a real playground with slides and swings and everything." "I knew Tiggers loved school," cried Tigger. But Pooh, whose tummy was beginning to feel a bit rumbly, was worried about something else. "I hope you're allowed to eat at school," he said. "Oh, yes," said Christopher Robin. "That's what my new lunchbox is for. I'm going to bring a peanut butter and honey sandwich, a banana, and milk." "Mmm," sighed Pooh wistfully. And then Christopher Robin, who knew his friend very well, said, "Why don't we have a little snack right now?" He set out a large pot of honey, and everyone had a lick. "Christopher Robin, I hope your new teacher is as nice as you are," said Piglet. "Yes," agreed Pooh. "Can we play again tomorrow?" "Please," cried all the rest. "Of course," said Christopher Robin. "We'll play every day as soon as I'm home from school." Oh, did you like that story? So Christopher Robin was nice to play school with his buddies, huh? Because like the little lamb, they were animals and they can't really go to school because school is for children. So I thought today we could talk a little bit about school. So, one of the fun things about getting ready to go to school is school shopping. I used to love to go school shopping, and school shopping is fun as long as someone else is paying for it. But it's fun to go get new clothes and new shoes and a new backpack. Oh, that part of getting ready for school is so exciting. So, are you nervous about going back to school? Here's something that might help. Did you know everybody goes to school? Did you know that your mom and your dad went to school, and your grandparents went to school, and your aunts and uncles and cousins? Everybody went to school. Do you know people have been going to school for a very long time? Do you know how long? Well, the first organized school started in 425 AD. That's a very long time ago. I can't even imagine how long ago that was. Here, I have a sign. Look at this. It is 2019 now. You subtract 425. People have been going to school for 1,594 years, almost 1,600 years. That is such a long. What's that? Oh, you don't know how to subtract? You don't know how to add and subtract? Well, that's why you need to go to school, so you can learn. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how schools are set up. I have a sign here. And schools are grouped according to age. So here's our sign, and I'm going to pretend I'm a teacher and use my ruler to point things out. Do you know what teachers used to use rulers for? To slap your hands when you were bad. Aren't you glad they don't do that anymore? No, that's a good thing, huh? So let's see, here's types of schools, okay? So we start out with preschool or pre-K, and that means pre-kindergarten. Now that's when you're like 3 or 4 before you actually have to start school down here. And preschool or pre-K, it can be optional, but it's always good to start early so you can get used to going to school. And then when you start in primary or grammar school, some people might call this grade school or elementary school, and that's usually kindergarten through 4th grade. Do you know what kindergarten stands for? It means a garden of children. Isn't that neat? A garden of children. So primary or grammar school usually goes from like kindergarten to 4th grade, and then you have middle or junior high. And that is usually like 5th grade through 8th grade. And then when you get to be a teenager, you go to high school, and that is 9th grade through 12th grade. So these grades are required. Preschool and college or university, that's not necessarily required, but these schools are. And these, sometimes you have to pay for this, and you definitely have to pay for this, but this is all paid for with your tax dollar. And you want to work hard to go through all 12 years, because when you get to high school and you graduate, you get to walk across a stage, you get to wear a cap and a gown and get a diploma, and it makes you feel so good. You worked hard to get there, and now you're getting a diploma, and everybody claps and cheers for you. Makes you feel really good. And then if you really like school and you want to get a good job and get good money and get paid a lot, you can go to college or a university, and you can learn to be a doctor or a nurse or a teacher or something, and you'll make more money if you go to college. So that's how schools are set up. Now let's talk about people we might find at school. These are the people at school. So I'm gonna again use my ruler. So let's start here with the principal. The principal is the head of the school, and he has an office called the principal's office, and Grandma Kitty does not want to hear that you're going to the principal's office frequently, because that means you've been in trouble a lot. You don't want to go to the principal's office unless you're on an errand for your teacher. So try to stay out of the principal's office. What's that? What's the one about secrets? Nobody has secrets here. These people are all just there at school to help you do really well. And oh, I see what you mean. The one down here. Yeah, this says secret, but it's not pronounced secretary. It's secretary. But don't get ahead of me. Follow my ruler. Let's stay up here. We were talking about principal. We'll get to the secretary in a minute. So after the principal, we have over here, we have the nurse. And the nurse, you go to see her if you're not feeling well, like if you have a tummy ache or a cold or something, you can go see her. If you had to take medication at school, she's the one that will give you your medication, and she's there to make sure that you're okay. Like if you fall on the playground and you get a boo-boo, you go to see her and she'll give you a Band-Aid. So she's there to take care of you, and make sure that you're feeling okay. Now the secretary, this is secretary, not secretary. Secretary, she's the one that runs the office. She answers the phone, she takes care of all the paperwork. If you're not going to go to school because you're sick, your mom will call her and tell her that you won't be there, so they'll know why you're not in school. So she keeps the office flowing and takes care of all the paperwork. The counselor, now the counselor
He's one you might talk to if you're having behavioral issues, which I hope you don't, but he's the one you might talk to, he or she. When you get to high school, there's the guidance counselor, and they'll help you make like a career decision, help you decide what you want to do when you graduate from school. Then over here, the janitor, he works to keep the building nice and clean. He cleans the floor, he gets to clean the bathrooms. I don't think I'd like that part of the job. You know what's even worse than cleaning the bathrooms? When someone gets sick, if they throw up on the floor, he's the one that gets to clean it up. Yuck, poor guy, huh? But he empties the trash and cleans the floor, cleans the rooms, keeps the building spick and span in nice shape. All right, and then for teachers, you have different kinds of teachers. You have an art teacher that does arts and crafts and all kinds of fun things with you. Music teacher teaches you songs, and at least once or twice during the school year, you'll have a concert where your parents and your family, they get to come see you sing all the songs you learned. There's a gym teacher, and he helps to keep your heart happy because he keeps you moving and grooving and helps you get exercise. And the classroom teacher, she's the one in your classroom, and she's the one you'll spend most of your time with. She'll teach you how to read and write, learn your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and teach you how to add and subtract, all that kind of thing. So you'll get to know her very well. And then the student or the pupil. Do you know what a pupil is? That's the black part of your eye right in the middle. Wait, that is a pupil, but that's not kind of pupil we're talking about. We're talking about the student. The student is also a pupil. That's you. You are the student. You are the one that goes to school and learns and gets really smart so that you can get a good job someday. All right, so that's the basics. That's the kind of people that you'll find at school, and that's the basics about school. You don't need to be worried about the first day of school because, even if you don't know the people there, they're just your friends that you haven't met yet. Now, I have a song about worrying. I think we've done this one before, but this might be a good song to help you. So why don't we do our move and groove, and we'll sing our song about not worrying about a thing. So stand up and join me so you can make your heart happy here. Okay, let's see here. All right. Here we go. All right, hop up off the couch and let's do this. We're gonna be birds.
Free like a bird in the big blue sky, not a cloud or a care for a million miles. I won't worry about a thing. God loves me and He loved me first. He rescued me when I was in a lurch, and I won't worry about a thing. To the left I'll fly, fly, fly. To the right I'll glide, glide, glide. Oh, and I won't worry about a thing. I'm gonna swoop down low, low, low. Then I'll soar up high, high, high. Oh, and I won't worry about a thing.
Don't have to worry about a thing.
Free like a
We're gonna be birds again.
sky, not a cloud or a care for a million miles. I won't worry about a thing.
No, not me.
God loves me and He loved me first. He rescued me when I was in a lurch, and I won't worry about a thing. To the left I'll fly, fly.
See, that song says we don't have to worry about a thing. Remember, Grandma Kitty told you once before that worrying's like rocking in a rocking chair. Gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere, does it? All right, let's check our bee basket. Remember, our bee basket is the things we want to be. So let's see what we have. Oh, look, it's the same one as last time. Be carefree. Do you remember we talked last time about being carefree like a little sheep? Yeah, and how they don't worry about anything, you know, they just play in the field and relax and they don't worry, huh? So remember I told you you can pretend you're a sheep and just be happy and carefree like a little lamb? So, you know, let me tell you, if you're still worried about your first day of school, let me tell you about my first day of school. Do you know how I got to school the first day, my very first day of kindergarten? I went in the police car. No, not because I was a bad child or I refused to go to school. No, my dad was a police officer. So my very first day of school, he took me in the police car and he had his uniform on and he walked me down to my room and I said, "You're not going to leave me here, are you?" And he said, "I'll just be over here by the door talking to my friends." And so I was playing, and I didn't know any of the kids there, but I was playing, and I kept looking over. Yep, my dad was there, and I'd go back to playing. I'd look back. Oh, yep, my dad's still there. And then one time I looked back, and he was gone. He left me there. I couldn't believe he left me there in a room full of strangers that I didn't know. But you know what happened? I survived. I made out just fine. He came back later and got me. And then I found out that some of those people turned out to be my friends. In fact, I met my best friend in kindergarten and we're still friends now. So, you know, those strangers in the classroom, they'll become your friends and they might even become your best friends. So you don't need to be afraid. You don't need to worry about going to school. You'll do just fine. Just think about that sheep, you know, the sheep out in the field, and just take a big deep breath and think, I'm just going to be happy and carefree like that sheep. And Grandma Kitty. Oh, speaking of sheep, hi Grandma Kitty. Guess what? What's that, little sheep? Good news. My dad said I can go to school. But little lamb, we've been through this before. You're an animal. You can't go to school. But my dad says that doesn't matter. He says if I want to learn, I should be allowed to learn. So I can go to school. Oh dear. Here we go again. Little lamb wants to go to school. He wants to go real bad and he wants to learn just like you. But, you know, he can't go, can he? Because he's an animal. I don't want to break his heart. But you know what? I gotta have a talk with him and somehow convince him that he can't go to school. He's an animal. So, you know what? This conversation could take a little while, and I don't really want to tie you up. So, so you be brave about the first day of school. You pack your new backpack and put on your new clothes and your new shoes, and you go and you be brave, and you look at all those people in that classroom and know that they're all going to be your friends. You're going to get to know them very well. So you don't worry about a thing. Be carefree, like a little lamb, and I'm just going to have a little conversation with him and tell him that he can't go to school. So you take care, you stay happy, safe, and healthy, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye.